You don't stay trapped in a toxic relationship because you're weak or unaware. You stay because the trap is made of invisible threads, psychological patterns, old wounds, and addictive cycles that confuse your sense of love and self-worth. These patterns often trace back to childhood, where your earliest experiences of connection shaped what you unconsciously expect from love. If affection came mixed with neglect, if warmth was followed by coldness, your nervous system learned to associate love with uncertainty. As an adult, you're drawn to relationships that recreate this emotional chaos, not because you want pain, but because it feels familiar and strangely safe. The person who hurts you isn't the true source of your suffering. They've simply activated old imprints, convincing you that the emotional roller coaster is what love is supposed to feel like. Toxic relationships are hard to escape because of something called intermittent reinforcement. Imagine a gambler pulling a lever, receiving just enough wins to keep going despite constant losses. The same happens in toxic love. Occasional tenderness, rare apologies, or a fleeting return to who they were in the beginning act like emotional rewards. These moments distort your memory, making the good feel bigger and the bad feel survivable. Over time, your standards shift. What once seemed like mistreatment begins to feel normal. You tell yourself that if you just try harder, love more, stay longer, or change yourself, they'll finally become who you need them to be. But that hope is part of the trap. Whether intentional or not, they use your longing to keep you hooked. And so, you tolerate more and more, hoping for change that never truly comes. Gaslighting deepens the confusion. When they deny your experiences, twist your words, or accuse you of being too sensitive, you begin to question your own reality. They may deny things you clearly remember or blame you for their actions. Over time, you stop trusting your instincts and begin relying on their version of events. This isn't accidental, it's a method of control. The less you trust yourself, the more dependent you become. At the same time, they project their flaws onto you. The liar accuses you of lying. The unfaithful partner calls you disloyal. You begin to internalize blame that doesn't belong to you. The result is deep self-doubt. And in that fragile state, the idea of leaving becomes terrifying, not just because of loneliness, but because your emotional system is addicted. It's not only love you crave, it's the high. The relationship creates a cycle of emotional spikes that mimic addiction. The thought of leaving doesn't bring relief. It triggers withdrawal. Your body panics at the idea of losing the source of emotional dopamine, even when that source is toxic. Society often makes this worse by glorifying sacrifice in love and equating solitude with failure. But no amount of love can heal someone who doesn't want to change. They won't grow because you stayed. They'll stay the same because you did. The only path to freedom is complete severance. No contact, block their number, delete reminders, avoid places they go. It's not about revenge, it's about healing. Like detoxing, it will hurt, you'll miss them. You'll romanticize the good times. When that happens, read the list of every hurt they caused. Fill the emptiness with routines that help you come back to yourself. Reconnect with who you were before you twisted yourself for their approval. Healing is a process of remembering what love truly is. Not chaos or confusion, but safety, mutual respect, and peace. Be gentle with yourself when guilt whispers. Remind yourself, I'm not overreacting. I'm reclaiming my peace. And as the days pass, the fog will begin to lift. What once felt like love will slowly reveal itself as a powerful lesson. And when real love arrives, steady, kind, whole, you'll finally recognize it. Not as dullness, but as the peace you never knew you were allowed to have.